What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the NotePod.
And this is where you want to be heard.
We are your hosts, CJ,
DP.
and today we is here in the pod, and we finna get into these notes. But first, we want to let you know that we got a lot of things to talk about. We got sports, social media news, Michigan news, and of course, Hollywood news. So
Yes, sir.
today, man, it's been a lot, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is Sunday, October 19th, 2025, and we was recording this at this moment. And yeah, man, we finna get into the NBA real quick. And yeah, man, it's been a lot dealing with Russell Westbrook right now because he was, trying to figure out what team he was gonna get picked on, or even the team was gonna even call him up. You know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy that he's a, a guaranteed Hall of Famer, and he can't
Guaranteed.
get a call. That's kind of like what Carmelo was going through a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how you feel about that? But now, oh yeah, I forgot. Yes, he also got picked up by the Sacramento Kings not too long ago, just a week before the NBA regular season starts. So how do you feel about all that transpire? And basically, you can just put it, in perspective.
Well, for me, shout out to Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
As a competitor, I was similar to him when I wanted to play basketball, you know what I'm saying? And when I was on the playground, I was talking shit, and all types of stuff, you know what I mean? That again, that's still a testament to the era I was brought up in, you know what I mean? We were just prone to trying to have the athleticism that he had.
Exactly.
That he has.
Exactly.
The engine that he got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To go hard every play.
Exactly.
Like when we was on the playground and stuff, you know what I mean? We was doing some of his moves, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't efficient a lot all the time, none of that too, you know what I mean? But that shouldn't stop him from playing basketball.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, me saying all of that means like y'all shouldn't stop this man from playing basketball. You know what I mean? Like we all play like that. We all do different things.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that I feel like he, was one of those type of influence, type of players that could basically, make a, impact on any team that he gets on. You know what I'm saying?
And again, I mean, I was just trying to speak to the why he shouldn't
be out of a
job in
exactly.
basketball. You know
that's my point too, because
we was all doing that.
Exactly. Like I said, he's just one of those type of players that's, he's easily influenced, and he does and did things that was, things that you can be influenced by. And I think at the end of the day, we was, we still questioning ourselves, like, why is he out of a job when it's players that can't even play the game as good as him? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not saying that it's not every single player that can't play good better than him, but it's just certain players that you won't pick before Russell Westbrook.
I mean, yeah, the main thing is that some of these players just ain't gonna play for the dollar amount that is warranted with the years that they done played. You know what I'm saying? Like Brian, for example, you know what I'm saying? AI, you know what I mean? Like he just didn't, it wasn't no, bench role. Like what you mean? Like, y'all about to pay me like I'm superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like my money ain't about to decrease on top of his ego and stuff for him to play.
Right.
So for him to kind of embrace that part of it, and y'all still not trying to mess with him or rock with him, like not it's like a problem or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe y'all just trying to get away from that style of play that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all really do want the finesse game. You know what I mean? Like y'all really do want the threes and we back up court. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a three, back up court. Shoot a three, back up court.
Yep.
Like
they try to make the game more fast paced and and a more I could say less fouls. They trying to stop that too. So it's all kind of like shifting to a Steph Curry type of style.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Like I said, it's been doing that for about 10 years already. So
about 10.
you know what I'm saying? So we can't say that, that we ain't seen it or still ain't, experiencing it right now.
I mean, from the time that he won his MVP.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it started shifting there.
Yeah, because they thought, the 2015 championship was a fluke, and how the way he was just,
I mean, not really a fluke,
but
you know what I'm saying? But it was like
it came out of nowhere. Yeah. That's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like it was like you can't keep playing like that. You know what I mean? It was one of them. Like, come on now.
Like now you can't keep shooting those threes and then you expecting you gonna win the championship. And that was a complete lie because he basically
he did it.
He basically got that out the water anyway. He just like, okay, y'all said we can't even make it to the championship with me playing like this. Nah, let me show you.
See, you know what I'm saying? And it was Kerr just the only thing he did different than Mark Jackson, and shout out to Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Is like he implemented the triangle inside of what's his name system, Mark's system, like so where the triangle get built eventually.
Exactly.
So like you can't do that to a Russell Westbrook though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Put that type of system around him where he don't really touch the ball like that and he passing it every time he touch it.
Yep. Because that's just not his style of play. He's been playing like that for almost 15 years. So
and
just
killing
not,
at that position.
Yeah, I mean,
but he keep going into the teams that need that.
Yeah, exactly.
And just him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna have no help there. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you good. No, I'm just thinking about it too. I'm just like, dang, you might be right though. You might be right. We can only see what happens, when the NBA season starts. They also said that the contract that he got for the Sacramento Kings is non-guaranteed, so at any point they can just waive him anytime. And so
I mean,
with that being said, it's kind of like the same thing they did with Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? You see how many times when he was bouncing from team to team, and then finally a team picked him up, and then he was still bouncing around team to team, and it just nothing never stick. You know what I'm saying? And plus he was older, so it was just kind of that all together. And now Russell Westbrook, he's dealing with the same type of effect. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with that same type of effect because it's like he has to figure out if I'm still capable of even playing at this level at my age. And it's one thing to look at it and say, well, Russell Westbrook, he's a MVP. He got all the triple doubles damn near, or he got the triple double record, whatever. And it's like, that was him 10 years ago or 9 years ago. The age is here now. And I think he's about like 35, 36. Something like that. Like he's up there. And you know, it's not too many players in NBA history that a franchise would stick they all for at that age. You know what I'm saying? I think Kobe and probably Dirk Nowitzki and probably Tim Duncan was probably one of those type of players that played their whole career right where they got drafted at or they got traded at or whatever, like wherever the case might be. But with that being said, we gonna sit up here and look at just a clip or two about Russell Westbrook and this whole his free agent move and stuff like that, and we can see what the internet is saying. So we gonna let them tell us.
Yeah, man, you gotta let Russ go. Man. It's just not. But then, man, he got an MVP. I mean, not. Look, man, I ain't trying to hold you, Carmelo, before this shit play, but like he do got an MVP, my nigga. Like
yeah, and he does got the record for most triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
And I ain't trying to hold you. I loved you, bro.
Yeah,
and we peers.
And that's history. So he got history on you, bro. That's the mark of why Russell Westbrook get this high praise, because he got those accolades on his resume. But like I said, we gonna let ESPN tell us what's going on, and
yeah, my bad.
We can figure this out, man. They gonna figure it out, and Russell Westbrook got to figure it out. We gonna figure it out too now.
Yeah. Say we about to.
Yeah, we finna get into it. Right now. We finna get into it.
Book that gives fans the tools they need. Better insights, smarter bets. ESPN Bets got you covered. And right now, get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 bet.
You remember that hash brown casserole, shepherd's pie?
Shit.
Yeah, another commercial.
That was the best.
Oh, my bad.
It's like I can still taste it.
No, you good. You good.
It was 5
You
minutes
good.
ago?
5 minutes ago was the best.
Make all the more memories over hash brown casserole.
Here we go.
Sports tells me it's a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. And these are two sides that have been engaged in conversations all off season, every single month, every single week since July. They've been in constant communication. And this is a Kings team that has searched for point guard depth. They were 28th in points, 29th in assists off the bench last season. And I'm told key players advocated for Westbrook as well. One of them being Domantas Sabonis. They played together in Oklahoma City. And then two other players, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, who have LA ties just like Westbrook. And he also knows their new assistant general manager, BJ Armstrong, from their player representation days together. And so after waiting for months, the one-time NBA MVP Russell Westbrook is back for his 18th season in Sacramento.
18th season in Sacramento. Shams, thank you very much. Westbrook, of course, has been a star in his role off of the bench the last couple of years. He's finished the top 10 in 6th Man of the Year voting, 3 straight seasons here, and now he's joining the Sacramento Kings. Perk, we were on a call together when this came across our phone screen. Shams breaking the news. Your instant reaction was what? You're wearing Kings purple.
Good for Russ.
Yeah.
Great for Russ. I'm glad he signed. But we all know the Western Conference is loaded like a baked potato. We know that, right? There's so many teams.
Sour cream.
So every night,
onions,
all that.
bacon.
Cheddar cheese, everything. But every single night is going to be a playoff-type vibe when it comes down to a Western Conference matchup.
Yeah.
A team, when you face them. And they're not attractive for us eye candy and their personnel to get it done with their talent. I'm not discrediting DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, but they just don't measure up to what the other teams in the West have on paper. So what do you need to bring every night? Your energy, right? You got to have the tenacity. You got to play hard because you're going to win some games by just outplaying teams for as how hard you compete. That's what Russell Westbrook is going to bring to that team in that locker room.
So I was just going to say that a year ago they had De'Aaron Fox as their starting point guard, and now they're
bringing up old stuff.
Well, you knew he goes, when he starts answering, going, so, and then
I don't mean to be Debbie Downer. Dennis Schroeder is going to be their starter. He is on his 5th team in 3 years. Dennis Schroeder can do a lot of things. He is a journeyman. He's a journeyman for a reason. This is now Russell Westbrook's 7th team in 8 years. Okay, that is a journeyman. He is a journeyman for a reason. There are going to be nights when Russell Westbrook positively impacts the Kings and that they are going to really be glad he's on the roster. I think you could say the same thing about Schroeder. And there are going to be nights when you realize why these guys are journeyman point guards.
I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook for sure, and every time when you feel down, you watch highlights of Russell Westbrook, like you know what he do, how capable to do, how easy he to score, how easy like fast. I'm a big fan of him because he have big energy and big experience. I think he can help them. And my experience with the Kings, every time when they start really good to play first and second quarter, they need that energy in third quarter and fourth to close the game. And now when we play with them against with Houston, they lead us 20 points, and after they just like fall down and they lost the game. There was like, I think it's a big name for them and great guy.
The human embodiment of Light the Beam. I do have one question for you though, Brian. When I look at this roster, Doug Christie is a defensive-minded coach, and this roster to me doesn't necessarily scream defensive prowess.
I know one of their best defensive players, Keegan Murray, just suffered a thumb injury. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So part of the problem with the Kings is they play in the Western Conference, and you have to play at such a high level to get one of the top spots in that conference. I understand. I do think Schroeder and Westbrook are relatively good pickups considering their situation they were in, but I'm not excited about where this team is.
All right, we need to get back up to a little bit of positivity. This is what it's all about, right? Last night, but it's been full steam ahead for Steph Curry this preseason. The Golden State Warriors facing the Portland Trailblazers. Perk, let's pick this one up early in the first quarter. Curry.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just that, what I'm saying, Russell Westbrook, what I'm saying, he just had to get on the team. And that's where I believe that, the Kings seeing value in him. He can be a great leader to these, to the young core. And I think, Zach LaVine, he's on that team right now. And I think, who else on that team?
Cole.
It's Brandon Ingram. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm trying to say his Ingram. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm sorry if
I don't know though.
Yeah, if I'm getting your name wrong, please,
forgive my man.
Yeah, forgive me, please. Thank you. But with that being said, like I said again, Russell Westbrook, what I'm saying, he's just one of those players that you really got to have in the locker room. And
to get some fire started.
Yeah,
man.
Because what I'm saying, like I said, say they losing the game. Shit. And then, Russell Westbrook is one of those type of players that he never gives up. So he like, come on, y'all, come on. Let's keep pushing. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. We got to keep going. And, what I'm saying? And I think that's where, Russell Westbrook is one of those type of players that can really do that for your squad, especially a young squad.
Yeah.
And,
but they got to listen to that. They got to know where that's coming from.
Exactly. Yeah, they can't let it get to him and say, "Oh, he just trying to get down on us because he got a MVP. He think he basically know it all and type shit."
Yeah. Like,
but
no, man.
He just trying to get us to a position. That's it.
That was the way we was brought up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The way that he play ball is the way we was brought up. Playing street ball.
Exactly.
Like I ain't played organized or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want to, participate too much in school, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the street ball, bro, I was at the playground all day when I was younger, especially. Know what I'm saying? All day long. My grandma coming around the corner trying to kick my ass, you know what I'm saying? Or she sending people around there. Actually, she ain't really want to pull up or nothing unless we was going somewhere. But
Exactly.
Like he talking shit out of love, man.
He ain't doing it to bring you down or trying to say, oh, you suck or whatever. Nah, man, he just trying to get you in the right position so we can win, and that's the only part that he's trying to do. And I think that's the biggest part that he can give to the Sacramento Kings. I think he can really give those them young, like basically young stars, because they gonna be stars in the in the future, like or some type of legends. Of, what I'm saying, in their own right. So
sure,
what I'm saying, so just give them that type of that fire, like you say, what I'm saying, give them that type of fire that they need so they can be a good team. Because as you just heard, what I'm saying, they talking about that they not even a good defensive team. And I'm like, okay, that could bear to differ, because them young legs can tire some of these old legs out like LeBrons and the Steph Currys in the world, they can
You
probably
gotta coach that though.
You know what I'm saying? They got to but they got a player that actually played with these players. You see what I'm saying?
We gotta make a stop.
So
every time,
you know what I'm saying?
Gotta keep pushing that. No, we
keep
gotta
pushing.
make a stop. You gotta make a stop. You gotta make a stop.
Yep.
You know what I'm
You gotta
saying?
keep
You gotta
going.
stop that shit. Stop that shit. You know what I'm
immediately.
saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, defense.
You know,
you gotta coach that, my nigga. You could do that to them young bulls. Look, man, they doing this for the rest of their life type stuff. You know, they making it a career. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, you know, my son gonna take somebody's spot. You feel me?
Exactly. That's
like
right.
he coming. You know what I'm saying? They you know. I wish they would give my baby the ball and let him get a chance, but just wait until y'all do. Wait until y'all do.
For sure, bro. For sure.
He gonna bang out on y'all. Y'all gonna be mad out here.
For real. You ain't lying, bro.
He gonna bust everybody head open. Just let him go.
Just
like Russell Westbrook.
That's right. That's the only thing he can do. That's the only thing he can do. And you know what I'm saying? But we hope nothing but the best for Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings. I hope they can somehow,
salute to you, bro.
You know what I'm saying, find that fire, you know what I'm saying, within the young core. And he can help at any moment, you know what I'm saying. He ain't got to start. He knows that. You know what I'm saying? So he can just come off the bench and, you know,
just
help
get a
out.
Contract, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying?
What they saying.
I'm pretty sure he gonna play hard like he always been playing hard. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he came up in the era where he came up in the likes of Kobe and Kevin Garnett and all them. They, I mean, even what's my man's? We were just talking about him not too long ago. On Detroit. Wallace, Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace.
Yes, my bad.
Rasheed
I can't.
Wallace, man.
Yeah, exactly. Man. He came up in the era of those, you know, and all them old heads that was coming up. You know what I'm saying? They was talking shit.
For real.
But they was doing it because they loved the game. They wasn't doing it because they tried to say, "Oh, you really suck," and really that's just a mind thing because they know they older and they know you younger, so they trying to fuck your mind up, and that's the part of the game because they mind got fucked up when they came into the game. You got to understand this. It's all a process. It's all in the same motion. Everybody
stop being afraid to talk shit to each other.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, you got to
keep it on the court.
Exactly, you gotta keep that shit. You know, really, you know, passionate about it, even though you know where it's coming from, because he passionate. He want to win. You know what I'm saying? He want to win just as bad as you, probably even more. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just, you know, just give it time, y'all. We will see what happens. Hopefully, you know, Sacramento will keep him.
Yes, sir. That's for sure.
And Russell Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? Hey, play hard this year. Don't forget who you are. Nope. And
please don't.
We
don't
still rooting for you, bro. We still rooting for you, man.
And don't let Schroeder take your job, bro.
No, Schroeder, no, bro. Hey, no, bro.
I'm saying don't let him take it.
But
I mean, not your job.
I don't even think
but
he
don't
let him take it. Yeah,
don't let him just take all the minutes. How about that? Don't let Schroeder just, you know. Like, be competitive in there, bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, be competitive in there. Don't
be more, be more competitive. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean, but
blaze them little boys up. Yeah. Let them see you fighting to get your spot and your minutes.
That's right.
Because, you know, if they don't see, a dude like you being lazy and putting in work.
They were done recruiting. As Cole said, just thought the girl should know.
They can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I mean?
That's right, man.
But you gotta let him go though. You know what I'm saying? You can't restrict him too much.
Yeah,
like he gotta be able to create some shit.
He will. I'm pretty sure he will. I'm pretty sure him and Shooter will figure out who's what and what's what. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they gonna figure it out. But we finna spin the block, and we finna sit and get on the NFL news. And really, it's really not a lot of NFL news. We basically just recapping the last 6 weeks going into the 7th week. and
putting our opinion on
exactly, yeah. So basically all this is gonna be kind of most freestyle. So let's get into it right quick. You see the Indiana coach, right?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
the Indianapolis coach. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Indianapolis. Sorry.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Well, it's still Indiana, but but anyway, the Indianapolis Colts, they've been going crazy, bro. You know, Daniel Jones,
been doing
bro.
Real good.
Jones, bro. You see how he, bro.
Doing real good.
And then don't forget, bro. We've been saying this, bro. That nigga Baker, bro. That nigga Baker, down there in Tampa Bay, man. They is
Baker.
going
My nigga
ham.
Baker. Hey.
They talking about MVP. Early MVP. This is, like I said, like, come on now.
My man's Baker.
If he can do this for the next 3 weeks, he's definitely gonna be the top man in the MVP race.
Again, I like dudes that talk crap. You know what I'm saying, on the field and stuff. So Baker, you my best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Baker, man, you doing your thing out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it up, man. Yeah, even you, Daniel Jones, keep it up, man. You doing fire things at the coach right now.
I just been looking at the little highlights and stuff. I really didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, who was playing or whatever. But shout out to you, Daniel, dog. Yeah, and all your receivers, your D line, your offensive line, all of them. I heard all y'all doing good.
Know what I'm saying? Just keep it up, man. Just keep it up because, you know, y'all don't want to keep on letting, you know what I'm saying, Patrick Mahomes keep on having the urge to say, okay, these niggas ain't on my level.
Right.
You got to show these guys. You got to show him and
these motherfucking teams,
all these other teams. But don't fuck with a lot of Detroit and Dolomite. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fuck with them though. But everybody else you can fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Cause like
shout out to my man's golf.
Yeah, shout out to golf. Shout out to Daniels.
Shout out to my man's golf,
man. Cause
Dolomite,
man.
You,
yeah, shout out to motherfucking Jalen. Yeah, Jalen Daniels, bro.
Yeah,
for real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man.
Jaden Daniels, that's Dolomite.
Yeah, Dolomite.
For y'all that don't know, that's Dolomite. We gonna be calling him Dolomite.
And that's not because, you know, he do some crazy funny type of shit. It's just because he's really that dude. He's really Dynamite. He that dude. You know what I'm saying? He throw that motherfucking, he give it to the motherfuckers on accurate point.
On point,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying? It's not like it ain't one time that you can even say to yourself like, damn, man, this nigga don't miss. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he was killing. He killed us, bro. He killed us.
You know what I'm saying?
He killed Detroit, man, and it was beautiful. Right, man. You know it was beautiful. So he came back.
It just one of those.
All that, man. And it was I mean, that was fucked up, bro.
Yeah, he did Detroit crazy, bro, in that game, bro. We thought we had it in the bag for sure.
He fucked us up, bro.
He said we gonna change plans here. I'm Dolomite.
For real. We was like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Yeah, no, I knew who that nigga was.
By the end, this shit I was about to say. The first time that we you see it, you like, man, who the fuck is this nigga?
Man, for real, man.
This nigga's a fucking ticket time bomb. That nigga say, you know what? That nigga Dolomite. Like, what?
Man, for real. Hey, but we finna get and look at the top plays of last Sunday, week 6 of the NFL. Hopefully the NFL will not, you know, copyright us for this. I hope they don't, because we just looking at recaps. We just looking at replays and stuff. So we hope we don't do this to us. We hope that we can just play it for y'all without getting striked by YouTube and Facebook or whatever.
It's just a clip.
Man,
we ain't doing nothing too bad.
But here we go.
Why do it? Why make it harder on yourself? Why?
So, the Jets now taking their first kickoff of the game for them. Kene Wongo bounces off, and he's free. Wongo goes a long way.
Make a play. Check. Now it's up to the offense to do their job. Great job here, being able to split, break through a tackle right there, keep that left hand on the ground to keep him up. And it's all speed from there. Perfect position for Justin Fields in the offense.
Saints begin at their own 25. Some heat coming up the middle. Rattler on phase. He's got a man wide open. It's Olave. Off the bat, corner blitz. So now Kyle Duggar, who is starting for Jalen Hawkins, he's got to come over. The protection sees it, and Spencer Rattler spots his opportunity. That is a mismatch, and but his catches count, all of them for first downs. Fake handoff to Stevenson. May feeling the pressure. Taking a shot. He's got his man. It's Pop Douglas, and he is in. Touchdown.
Wasn't that Diggs?
I believe
No. Diggs still sitting on there.
I believe so.
And we got haymakers all over the place at the start. 53-yard strike from May. It's not a difficult concept. Play action in post. And the Saints have two players, both the corner and the free safety. Really a great job by Douglas to set him up, but that's just bad free safety play.
Two of the top 5 pass-catching tight ends in the NFL in the first month plus. Fake it to Williams. Prescott loading up. Floats it over the top of the defense. George Pickens with a ball in hand, then a hurdle, taking it down inside the 10. 31-yard gain, Greg.
All right, so this is a tough man matchup. So he's up there in press. Big body, George Pickens. He's long, he can run. J.C. Horn tries to undercut that ball. Just a fantastic throw by Dak Prescott. He throws that ball any lower, it's probably a pick. Good ball placement, then just look at the athleticism of Pickens.
And now in the present day, 3-0, Tua and Herbert squaring off for the 4th time. And Tua hands off to Achane on first down with some room to run. There he goes! See you later! Touchdown, Miami! A 49-yard touchdown.
The outside. Achane's going to get this ball. Cole Strange makes the kick-out block. Derwin James isn't able to get over the top. And next thing you know, you get Achane in space. Go ahead and strike up the band.
Stafford to throw. Some pressure in his face. He lost the football and is picked up by the Ravens. And now here comes a run back by big old John Jenkins. John Jenkins, who weighs 370 pounds. The sack, the strip, and the recovery. The trifecta.
It's the momentum right back. Strip sacks him. Matthews just trying to not take the sack. And Jenkins says, that's my ball.
So Walker's available there at Trayvon Walker, but just hasn't been very active as Darnold sets to throw. And floating one down the middle. And Smith-Njigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
You've got that much space right there, and Njigba gets on the toes of the DB and just says, see you later, I'm faster than you, and Sam Darnold.
3rd down and 10. Tua taking a deep shot, looking for Waddle. Waddle's down there, and he holds on, going to the ground. A juggling catch by Waddle.
Because you see him juggling it. Did he possess it before he's over the sideline sliding? Ball still in the air. There's the
enough. We've seen enough. That was
Waddle.
Oh my God.
Waddle.
Oh my goodness.
That was beautiful.
That was nasty.
Salute to you.
That was nasty, man.
Salute to all those highlights. That was nice.
I think him and Jamar Chase, they played like the same similar, way. And they real good off the cuts and stuff.
Oh my God.
So
God.
Chase him and Waddle.
Chase a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
He did some shit one Thursday, bro. Or something like that, man.
Sure,
I think that was last year.
Yeah, yeah.
He did some shit, man. I was like, what in the
Yeah.
Woo.
I thought, like I said, I
think
thought
it
he
was over the top.
I thought he was on
yeah,
drugs.
It was over the top.
Yeah,
it was over the top, bro.
I thought he was on drugs for real. I thought he had some type of, you know,
burners,
like,
bro.
I thought he had some what's that shit, steroids. Hey, I thought he was really on some shit, bro, when he did that move. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Give it to me, Doc.
That was crazy.
Go ahead, give it
but we finna stick on the block on the sports news. We finna get into
what
boxing.
You need, cuz?
Yes, boxing, y'all. And
I'm about to skirt off again. What you need?
I would love to talk about actually the fight of boxing, or actually a match of the boxing world right now. But we got to talk about this beef between these two phenomenal women that's been going back and forth for almost 8 years, and now things has escalated to the point where I don't know if it's going to be any type of return, but we finna get into this beef between Layla Ali and Carissa Shields.
Hey,
and this is one of the most craziest things because, like, years and years they've been going back and forth talking about one another. And not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that neither one of them can't defend themselves. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
So if something that, you know, whoever felt offended.
See, just another boxer.
Yeah.
Carissa, you know
what I'm saying?
So you got to watch it, you know.
Yeah.
And then y'all women, so.
Exactly. It's kind of like, remember we was talking about the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj shit, right?
Yeah, her being on top.
Like we just didn't, you know, we ain't want to talk about two women, but we talking about their profession, what they doing, and why they putting it out in the open. Because now, that's just like if males was putting it out in the open, we would do the same thing with them. So, in respective, we just getting our reaction to this whole shenanigans, because it is some shenanigans, and we all know that, you know, in the back of our minds, we not thinking that anything's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be no match or nothing like that, because, you know, Layla Ali she out.
Older.
You know what I'm saying? She been out of the boxing game for almost 20 years now. So it's like, what's the point for her to even coming back to even fighting you?
Hey, for real.
But you know what I'm saying?
For real.
If that competitive spirit is in her, and we know what type of spirit is in her, we know that's Muhammad Ali's spirit in her.
Yeah,
if she feels like, hey, if you want to keep talking smack, then let's see how much we can really get down in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And this is, like I said, this has been going on for years, bro. And it's been going on for too long. And I just think that, you know, two phenomenal women. They both phenomenal.
It's just that Carissa want the best, bro.
I mean, that's all. See, it's like this, though. You got to understand, people who come before you, it's so hard to try to, even,
you know, them women
achieve
do that,
what
though.
they did, though. You know what I'm saying?
Women do that, though.
Even men. I mean,
do. Not really.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on now. How many times
you gotta be freshly, you know what I'm saying, retired for us to be on your head, like, especially in boxing. Like, they just was on Floyd. I mean, why wouldn't you want to box Floyd? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. I say, okay.
At the time.
Exactly.
Like, now it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't looking for Floyd. You feel me? Like, they ain't nobody trying to talk shit to Floyd besides, you know what I'm saying, maybe a
Oscar De La Hoyas and old heads.
You know what I'm saying? Type of scenario.
Yeah. Okay. You talking about like some basically wannabe boxer, right? Not saying
or
that
somebody in his age group or a little older.
Like I said,
probably say something.
Or like say some like little sister like Oscar De La Hoya. He probably say some little slick little oh, Floyd ain't no better than, you know, Crawford or some shit. Like, I see what you're saying.
Somebody in his age group will talk somebody he done beat. I can see all that.
Yeah.
But and you know what I'm saying, we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
we want the champ after that. Like the champ.
Yeah.
Like,
you right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then the dude that is the champ, he too busy talking shit to the niggas that ain't. You know what I mean? Like, But the women, like, once they get on top, like, they
want to stay on top, just like Nicki Minaj,
like,
and
no,
like
you
Cardi
can't.
B.
Yeah, you can't be saying that. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Layla approach. Like, you can't be just
because Layla want that respect. She wants women to look at her as the top dog and the best ever to ever do it, and she is. She is. And I'm not saying that Carissa Shields ain't no better, because if you want to talk about levels of my women boxer, you know what I'm saying? She's definitely
Carissa
number 2 right now to me.
Carissa
To me. You know what I'm saying? I look, for a long time
good,
I had Christy Martin on there for a long time, and she's a white woman.
Yeah, she's.
I had her at number 2.
She nice.
You know what I'm saying?
She nice.
So Christy, like I said, I had.
She done put pause on a couple.
Exactly.
Bitches.
Yeah. Come on now.
On a couple.
Even
bitches.
Ann Fox. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even watch the actual fights.
Yeah.
Like I watch the little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little YouTube clips and stuff. Like like.
I hope I'm saying her name right. Ann Fox. I hope I'm saying her name right. But Ann Fox, she got the best knockout in women's history.
Really fight her. Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over. Tim Burr. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's hope that Vonda is okay. A jubilant Ann Wolf. That is probably the best knockout punch I've ever seen in female boxing. Ever. Absolutely. Ever. Still on the canvas, Vonda Ward. Wow.
I'm talking about, she knocked that white, Caucasian woman out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she my number 4. She my number 4 best boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got
just because Carissa.
Yeah, I got Layla Ali, Carissa Shields, Christy Martin, and Ann Ruth. That's who I got.
That's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice lineup.
And
I done seen all of them put pause.
Yeah, we seen all of them, bro. They all
I think
great.
even on each other too. A couple of them. I
think Christy fought Ali. I think she fought her.
Old enough
I think Ali beat her. I think later beat her.
Yeah, I don't think Ali lost.
Nope,
right?
nope, she never lost. Nope. She got knocked down a couple times, but she never lost though. She, you know what I'm saying? Just like her dad got knocked down, got back up type shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I think he got like 2 or 3.
He got like 5 losses. 5? Yeah, 5. But they ain't.
So I know what's his name whooped his ass.
Oh man, that
my
nigga.
man's
Yeah,
Joe
Joe whooped his ass.
That nigga kept calling him a gorilla, bro.
He got mad, bro. He got mad. I would have got mad too.
Said, "Nah, man, fuck that. I want to whoop his ass. Nigga, book that bitch again."
I forgot the hardest hitter heavyweight. He beat him too.
Before that again? Before that too?
I think he beat him the first time. I think I might be mistaken. I'm sorry.
No, didn't Ali whoop him the first time?
I don't know.
He won the second.
I thought that Joe won the first time, and then I thought that Ali won the second time, and then Ali won again in the third fight.
It probably did go like that. I think it did.
I think so.
Calling that nigga
I think so.
Shit. That shit was funny.
I think so. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, hey, y'all correct me, man, for real.
Hey, for real, because I, used to watch the reruns and shit.
But we finna watch. We finna watch this clip of Layla Ali, and she got a new YouTube called Layla Ali Knockout. So y'all want to go subscribe and go watch the video for yourselves.
For sure.
Y'all going right ahead, but
for sure.
She got like the title of the video is basically saying let the record be straight, or let the record straight.
Show.
Oh, let the record. My bad. Hold on. My bad.
Yeah, let the record show.
Let the record show. My bad. Part 1. So she gonna have a part 2 of this, and we just gonna let her get into it. Because this is crazy.
Shout out to Layla and her podcast. Or
for sure.
Whatever it is.
There's been a whole lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to boxing. And people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm gonna give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama, and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name without accountability.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen. Layla Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Layla can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Layla Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Layla so pretty ass out.
So this right here is the consequence. Now, I have been busy working on other projects that required all of my time and focus, which is why I'm just now saying something. But honey, I have made the time to address this. So today, the bad guy ain't getting away. Now let's hit rewind because we really need to see what's happened over the years, what got us here. Now, I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing, so let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics a second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now, at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. Now, this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016. "21-year-old Claressa Shields is as confident as her right hand is powerful. Soon, Claressa will be heading to Rio for the Olympics to try and do something that has never been done before. I sat down to talk with her about changing history and being a positive spark for her hometown. You should have heard the story by now. The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity and stands undefeated.
But I'll always go back to Flint and help.
I know that when I was fighting, any of my struggles that I had to overcome or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
I did that a lot. I was going through stuff back at home, but I would have a boxing match and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl, and that kind of helped me because after I boxed, that was my ultimate high, and I felt like my life was perfect for at least 2 weeks.
Claressa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate about boxing.
He went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla, took after him. And he was like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad girl. He says it all the time. He said, nobody in our family took up boxing. I thought when he told me that, he was telling me to take after him.
Claressa beat the odds to win gold in 2012. When the Olympics start in August, she'll try to be the first American boxer to win back-to-back gold medals. Everybody's gonna be fighting you harder. Everybody's gonna be trying to elevate their game. They're gonna be running hard, they're gonna be training hard, they're gonna be dreaming about beating you. How are you preparing for that mentally and physically?
Honestly, I've learned how to beat every fighting style. Tall girls, short girls, girls my size. Cause I'm like, I'm pretty good, I'm pretty great, I don't know what
You're supposed to feel that way about yourself.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't have been able to get to this level if you didn't feel that way about yourself.
Yes.
I don't know about you ladies, but I have absolutely no doubt that Claressa's going to win gold again in the Olympics. Women's boxing wasn't even in the Olympics when I was boxing, so I'm like, do it for us, because she's in the weight class I would have been in, so I'm like, go get it, girl, go get it. There's a lot of women who have been training for a long time, and nobody knows who they are, so the Olympics just really gives them a platform and something to strive towards. I didn't even fight amateur, because I was like, I can't go to the Olympics, so why should I do that? I wanted to be in control of my career, but it's so great to see these young girls coming up. We got 9-year-olds now and 10-year-olds, and they're inspired by people like Claressa. Now, as you can see, I was genuinely rooting for her. I gave her praise. I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me." Now, looking back after everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment, the right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now. She told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on The Breakfast Club, a national show with millions of listeners. I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby six-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my, I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
Amazing. I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I can pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually they say you can say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love, and, cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention.
Now remember, at the time, we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis. But this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Layla Ali. I have so much respect for her, and I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number one in my weight class. And, I'm just like, nah. And, I just feel like, she gave props where it's due, but, she also spoke on how, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. And it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. Me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. Even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. Fastest woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. And yeah, you can say, oh, the competition isn't there, and this girl wasn't that. But like I did it up in 4 fights, and so the girls that Layla Ali fought wasn't that great either. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen, and if Layla Ali wants to come back, we can rumble, we can go. This is not like, oh, I'm gonna step away. Like I respect her and everything, but you're not gonna come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. I just don't like the disrespect. And this is my last video too about this. I never used her name to try to be like, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and who was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me. especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset. She took what I said out of context and made it all about her. I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and pitting herself against me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh yeah.
You like Clarissa?
I do. I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set, so now she just has to kind of do her thing.
Talk about Homemade Simple, airing Saturdays 9 a.m. on the OWN network. Okay, it's an incredible show. I had Clarissa here, right? I asked her who does she think will win, and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolfe. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Layla Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me. Okay. Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Layla?
Let's get that straight right now.
Okay.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough to beat me. There's a sweet science to boxing. The reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call it that, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect her as a boxer. I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young black girl from Flint, Michigan. Yeah, Flint. And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights. And she didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me. She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I disrespected her. Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade. And of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her, I just started talking about knocking her out just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight. Now, I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me. That was not just talk for me, it's what I did. TKO, KO, it didn't matter. I was gonna stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was gonna get you out of there. That's just facts. That's not disrespect, that's boxing talk. Back then in 2020, I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even though she is talented, I said it back then and I'm saying it now, but she could never outbox me. High-level promoters did reach out to me directly, and we had some serious conversations about me making a comeback. Now, of course, she was never even involved in any of those discussions. Then COVID happened, you know how that was, and it all went away, and I left it alone. Now, here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Layla Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing, and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see me getting it kind of pisses her off. So you look at who she fought, her biggest test was freaking Vonda Ward and Christy Martin. And Christy Martin weighed in at 140 pounds, and Layla Ali was 160. Like, how are you making matches like that? So Layla Ali is a hater. That's it. Nothing but her being a hater and her being, envious of my success and what I've done for women's boxing. And she feels like she deserves that credit because everybody kind of give it to me now. And I think that she's like, but, I'm Muhammad Ali's daughter, and I boxed before her, and I'm 24-0 with 21 knockouts, and she kind of, want people to keep acknowledging her. She's retired.
She's retired.
And
She's
been
probably
retired for a long time.
43.
I hate when somebody else try to take somebody else's shine, somebody else's attention. It's like she's, nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been undisputed. And people are comparing me to her, and she gets offended. When it was like, to me, I thought it was a good comparison because I feel like I box way better than her. And for them to be saying that me and her are equal or whatever, she should have been happy because of that, because they're giving her more props on her skills, which I feel like she didn't really have that much. But, whatever. Yeah, we had Layla Ali. Respect. But she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. I'm going to be different because I'm going to give my blessing, or I'm going to let a girl take her blessing. And what that means, I'm going to fight the girls coming up. And if they beat me, now they're the best. That's how you do it. My advice, Layla, is you will look a lot better, and people will stop calling you a hater and calling you jealous and old and bitter. If you actually stop hating, bro, you will look better if you was to support the black girl from Flint who made it out the trenches to where she at now. You will look a lot better. She wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing. When people give her props about how she built up women's boxing, and I just don't feel the same way. What really did you do for women's boxing? Like, you let it die. You let it die for 20 years, and then I had to come and put in all this extra work to get it to where it is now. I think that wasn't fair, and I don't think that she was as big as a pioneer in women's boxing as she thinks she was. Because I would never do that. I would pass the torch.
There are hundreds and hundreds of women who have participated in the sport of boxing over the years. They have all made a contribution in their own way. We don't need to argue over who's done more. That destructive crab-in-a-barrel mentality is exactly what we don't need in the sport. Here she is on a recent podcast explaining how she's passing the torch and that she has created a blueprint for success, which she is now sharing with other female fighters. She says that the number one thing they need to know is how to build their brand.
I actually promote a woman fighter, and I'm giving her all the jewels and stuff that I know so she can get her big paydays too. It's a blueprint now on how you make $1 million, even if you don't have the gold medals. The biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that I gave her the piece of advice that she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful. But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
Layla Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said have good people behind me who I trust.
So this whole idea that she started about me being jealous because of her accolades and her surpassing me, do you realize that for years, fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me? I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening, more money than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right? Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect. It's all love. She's the only one who decided to make herself my opposition. And she has created this drama and she's kept it going for the past 8 years. People came to know her because she kept calling out my name. She's obsessed with me and she literally cannot keep the name Layla Ali out her mouth. There are people who will say, she's confident, she talks trash. That's what fighters do. Yes, fighters talk. Nobody did it better than my father and me, and we backed it up. I've never had a problem with a fighter saying they could beat me or that they think they're better than me. That's expected. I don't consider that disrespect. But what I do have a problem with is a liar or someone who intentionally tries to disparage me in order to gain visibility and respect. As I mentioned in my interview on Sway, about 8 years ago, I offered her sparring during one of our phone conversations. I was like 40, 41. It was just to give her some work. Well, she changed that subject and never took me up on the sparring. So when I mentioned it on Sway, there was a lot of comments from the public because people were surprised that she wouldn't have taken that opportunity. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. So I guess after the feedback and comments that she saw, she felt the need to take it to social media and put out an excuse.
On Sway, that if I was so tough that I would have sparred her for brownie points,
I am a 2-time Olympic champ. Only thing that matters to me is what happened outside of practice. She talking about practice. Take the Ellen Iverson, talking about practice. I don't care about sparring nobody. I'll get in there and spar and work with anybody. All I care about is fighting. But like I said, she don't really care about women's boxing.
So that was her response. Why sparring? It doesn't mean anything. But many years later, she comes up with a whole new story.
And the thing is, she keeps saying, one time she asked me to spar. Let me tell you this. Jason Crutchfield was my eyes and my ears back then, because I was naive. I don't pay attention to stuff. Jason had already told me back then she feels some type of way. Coming in, gold medals and doing your thing, he was like, she feels some type of way. But she's still embracing you though. And I said, okay, whatever. But I had mad love for her though. So it was like, the closest thing to Muhammad Ali is Layla Ali. So I love this girl, you know what I'm saying? And looked into her, took her advice and everything. He said, when we going down here, because she had appointed me to give Muhammad Ali the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. Now that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? And that's when it was more of like dang, I hate that coach was right about you. I'm like, okay, well, we can spar when you want to spar. I got my stuff in the car. She like, no, it ain't like that. I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's be about it.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. I did an interview with Andre for his podcast too, before I had a chance to see her episode. And if you go watch her interview, everything's I think this, somebody told me that, no facts. I need you to understand how deep this goes with this girl. Now I know she's on a constant search for validation. She needs to feel important, and it's obvious she's fixated on me. But watch how she sits on The Breakfast Club, the same show she saw me on back in 2018 when I said I wasn't making a comeback. She goes on in 2020 after dragging my name for years and acts like she has no idea why I no longer support her or want anything to do with her. Now, she knows The Breakfast Club is a national show with millions of listeners, so she's careful not to say anything negative about me because that wouldn't fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Layla Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place where it's supposed to be at. But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time comment on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats and everything. But then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement. And I'm a black girl just like she is, who came up hard, and I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? But
I wonder why she wouldn't though. Like, what, did you say something about her back in the day?
I just think that in boxing, she feel like she never got her fair share. I feel like she never got to the point where she wanted to get to. And people recognize Layla Ali, but they always try to say like, oh, she only was big because of her dad, and they don't really give her props on her skills. I'm not one of those people. And then some people say that she didn't fight Ann Wolf, but me being a woman fighter, now I realize that it's hard to make big fights with other big women. It really is. So think about it. Back then, when it wasn't a lot of money, wasn't TV exposure, I kind of can see why her and Ann Wolf didn't fight. But people's story is that she was scared of Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf would have knocked her out. And that's their story.
3 months later, she takes her mask off and she's back to her usual story.
Well, Ann Wolf, you were a better fighter than her. And I believe that that's where this whole beef started from. That, you know, I spoke on that. She hates whenever your name gets mentioned. She still to this day mentions your name. Say how you were scared of her, how you didn't want to fight her. And I don't believe that for 1 second. And she may have a bigger name, but that's because women's boxing wasn't supported how we are now. If Layla Ali came up in this generation, she would not be known. Nobody would know of her. I know for a fact you would have put Layla Ali ass to sleep. So just because you couldn't do it,
you didn't have the opportunity because, she didn't want to sign a paper to fight you. I'm letting you know now. I'm going to kick her ass for the both of us. Yeah, we all know Layla Dudley and Wolf. We know that. We don't got to. She know that. Everybody know that. It's literally written, I think, somewhere.
Now, I've seen this before with Ann Wolf, another fighter who used the same playbook. Both of these women have a lot in common in terms of the way they've been able to get visibility for themselves by using my name and making up lies. Since I'm in the season of pulling skirts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull hers too, and I'm gonna do another video on her next. That lie that I would not fight her has been told so many times as if it's a true fact. So I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Layla Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. If she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down his very own child? My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light skinned that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
You have a clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments? So in part 2, I'm going to discuss that $15 million offer and finally answer the question everyone wants to know. Will I be coming back to boxing to get that knockout? If you want to know when part 2 drops, turn on your notifications.
There's a lot to unfold. Bruh.
You gonna get your ass beat.
She not only just came at Carissa Shields, but she came at Ann Ruth too, because she said she gonna pull off receipts for your ass too.
Woo.
And
she in the season.
And for a long time, they've been saying, like, when Layla Ali and Ann Ruth was even fighting, they was saying that Layla was ducking Ann Ruth because of that knockout. And I remember I told you she got the greatest knockout in women's history, right?
Ever.
Not Layla Ali. We talking about Ann Ruth. So yeah, man. But how you feel about Carissa Shields and how she presented it, because this just from her perspective, but I mean she does got a lot of receipts on her, so what you think about it right quick?
Again, you know what I'm saying, I just, in a nutshell, the beginning of it, the end, my ending is that you just want some of the best. That's all, Carissa. Like, you want some of the best. That's what y'all women do, bro. You just want some of that shit. Like, you gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, crack. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have it. Like, give me that shit now. You know what I'm saying? You want some of that pretty jaw. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because that jaw pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that chin looks strong than a motherfucker, too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Pretty like a butterfly,
Yeah,
sting like a bee.
Like,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And like
You
I
know
said,
what I'm
man, I don't know exactly
You
if
just want something
Laila
to talk.
Ali is really going to step out of retirement, because y'all got to really think, like, put it in real perspective. Like, she's been out of the boxing game for 19 years, almost 20. It's kind of like, you know, they trying to make her the new George Foreman and shit. Like, that's not how it's gonna happen, bruh. And look, and if they do fight, it ain't gonna go on none of their records, bruh. They gonna have to go to like some type of like exhibition or some shit like that. They're like, nah, man. Like this shit is just been over-tossed, overplayed. And like I said, Carissa, you look, baby girl though, look.
She just wants something on top, bro.
Look,
That's
I'm not saying that Laila is 100% right about every angle, because that's coming from her perspective. But it just looks bad for you to just keep on having her in your mouth. Like,
nah, not
it's
really.
like,
It's
nah,
the contradiction.
It is.
It's the contradiction of what we hearing.
But it is kind of, because it's like, you know,
can't start off giving her props.
Yeah,
though, bro,
you can't.
And
Then you say some disrespectful stuff, and then you're not expecting for her to come
Say
back at
nothing.
you.
Yeah,
like you can't do that. You can't tell. You can't say something or do something and expect a person not to react to what you just did or what you just said.
That's the way she sounded.
So
to
at
me.
the end of the day, I think, you know, Carissa Shields, I think you just need to calm down. I think you need to just, you know, hold your composure when you dealing with a lot of, you know, anger. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to be angry about. You know what I'm saying? You one of the greatest boxers of all time. We gonna still respect you no matter what. And, you know, Laila Ali, she has her right in place to say what she's saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, oh, is it right what she's saying? Maybe not. But if she's justified for what she's saying because she actually got the accolades and stuff to back it up, yes.
I mean, if she jealous of if Laila jealous of anything, it's the Charles Barkley effect. You know what I'm saying? It's what Charles Barkley said. You know what I'm saying on the all the smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, it's that y'all getting paid fucking $30 million a year, and y'all talking about that y'all don't want to play basketball, when I was doing it for $500,000 a year at nigga, and that was with the endorsements.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, and y'all and I was excited.
Exactly. So I do see that effect. I do see where the what's that? Remember that one time that Jordan Poole and Draymond Green got into that incident when Jordan Poole got that new I think $140 million extension. He was talking stuff, you know, saying, oh yeah, I got this extension, and Draymond didn't get his extension yet. And so he was you know, he was kind of talking stuff, and that what led to that punch.
Get you a contract.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, it was one of those, but I mean, that could be the issue with Laila. That could be. But we can all speculate and hope we can see on the next part 2 one day.
Yes, sir.
Let the record show on her new YouTube page called Laila Ali's Knockout or KO.
Well, KO. Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, man, we going to have a part 2 of everything that we didn't discuss today. And but this is the end of the show. We're gonna get back with y'all with the rest of the notes later on another date. And this is the end of the show. We are your hosts, CJ,
DP.
This is where you want to be heard.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Countess Media Group. Make sure y'all go check them out. His description will be at the bottom in the description part. And make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe and notification and whatever buttons that y'all can find down there. Hit them all and let us know y'all sharing it and everything. And check us out on Facebook and everywhere platforms that you can find us at. We mainly everywhere.
Yeah. Instagram.
Everywhere.
X.
Yeah, just about everywhere.
Snapchat.
Exactly. So you got anything like, just a couple, like 30 seconds, anything else you want to talk about right quick for 30 seconds?
Well, to get back on that last topic, just to say, Carissa, I understand you. You know what I'm saying? Because that jaw look pretty, you know what I'm saying? And, why wouldn't you want to punch it? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody should want to hit her in her jaw, you know what I'm saying? Like, man.
But we can all we just gonna have to see and wait.
Powwow, bitch.
So, like we said, it's the end of the show. You know how we ended off.
Yeah. It's the NotePod, bitch.